Yo, it's your boy TTK and welcome back to another Pokemon video. Today's video is going to be going over the NFEPL 6 DPP NFE games that have been going on. You know, if you've been on this channel for at least the last 2-3 years, I've been doing NFEPL content from here or just playing NFE. Wasn't really much of an NFE player in Generation 8 just because I wasn't really a fan of the meta, really. Like Gen 7 was just a lot better to get into NFE and play, but I still kept up with DPP NFE because I was one of the original council members and I've pretty much like participated in a lot of the choices that the tier has gone through. So obviously NFEPL 6, the third NFEPL that I've participated in. I'm going to be going over the replays for up to week 3, where we just started week 3, so not the whole tour, but obviously I'll be going over the week 1 and the week 2 games of everyone that played DPP NFE. So if you guys enjoy this one, leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon related content. You know, a lot of stuff is going to be happening. But yeah, there isn't that much games to go over because there's only 6 teams this NFEPL. I think there's usually 8, but because, you know, NFE's popularity has kind of gone down a bit, we had less sign-ups, and that means we have to have less teams and less games. So we're going to be going over with the week 1 games that I played. So the first one is going to be me versus HSOR. Pretty good DPP old gens player. I've faced them in many lower tier DPP tiers like PU, ZU, and NFE. So yeah, we're going to be going over this game. So let's get that going. So these Monferno, and I have like my Scarf Golbat here, and I was just like, cool, Scarf Golbat is not a bad lead in DPP NFE because it's pretty quite fast, but it has U-turn pivoting, and it does decent versus any other possible lead, to be fair. Like Monferno, you check that with Brave Bird. If like they led up with Metang, you just U-turn. Something like even Marsh Stomp, you'll just U-turn on and get like Roselia in, for example. So here at Brave Bird, and he's obviously sashed because he's Monferno lead, and I was just like, yeah, best if I just get rid of that, and I just click Brave Bird, and he gives me the Monferno, which I'm like, it shows me that he doesn't have like a steel type, but he does bring out Metang instantly. So I'm just like, how come he didn't preserve the Monferno? But obviously Meteor Mash doesn't do too much damage. He goes Mischievous, I get on my own rocks, and that's all that matters. So he Will-O-Wisp burns me, I don't really care. But I still do 31 and I get the attack boost, so good for me, I suppose. So he Shadow Balls, and I'm just like, okay, that does decent damage. Meteor Mash lands again, does a solid 50, and I'm just like, Matang's job is kind of over. I don't want anything on my team taking Shadow Ball. So at this point, I'm able to go Seadra and, you know, risk a speed type. I don't think he's speed time. Ice Beam was enough to kill because I was Life Orb, obviously. I had to calc that, but Murkrow comes in and Brave Bird kills me, obviously, because this mon is fun to face in this tier. And Mischievous comes in. I'm running like some bulky spread. Won't reveal the spread because I'll still be using it to this day in the tour. But yeah, I have some bulky Mischievous spread, so I don't really fear Murkrow from full HP. So Metang comes in, and you know, this is some dangerous business because he can explode, he can Zen Headbutt. He does Meteor Mash, does bit too much damage that I do get the burn off on the Metang, misses Meteor Mash, what I needed, to be fair. So I Pain Split there, get a good chunk of my HP back, just a little bit. He decides to agility up, and I'm just like, okay, we're in some dangerous waters, but I don't really care. I got my health back. He gets the attack race like I did, and don't know if the crit mattered. I do have some attack EVs, but Vigoroth comes into bulk up, and I'm just like, well, I'm gonna T-bolt that. I was afraid of Lum, so obviously I didn't want to Will-O-Wisp, but I do Will-O-Wisp this turn, and he does reveal to be Lumberry. So I'm just like, oh, Vigoroth is kind of scary right now. So at this point, I have Kadabra in the back. My last mon is Kadabra. And at this point, I'm just like, Kadabra can definitely win this game. I just have to play around Murkrow, and that was my win con from like turn 18. I was like, Kadabra is going to win me this game. Psychic obviously kills Vigoroth from this range. This is Kadabra we're talking about. So it comes down to the fact that Murkrow is in, and I have to kind of play around Sucker Punches now because he clicks Pursuit there. And, you know, I'm just trying my best to outplay this. So I'm just clicking Substitute, hoping he clicks Sucker Punch at one point. So the second sub has been clicked, and I decided to attack that turn, and to be honest, I should have kept subbing. So that was kind of annoying that the game was lost. And yeah, I unfortunately lost week 1 because of that turn. I probably should have continued subbing. If I did, I would have just won the game from there. Like, I had Charge Beam for Murkrow, so obviously that's going to kill it. And But the annoying thing was, like, if you look at these turns, it's an interesting Generation 4 mechanic that not a lot of people know unless you actually play Generation 4. But the thing is, you pull up a substitute and you do not take life or recoil damage when you attack a substitute. And obviously, this is a stupid mechanic which they got rid of in Generation 5 because that's just ridiculous. I don't know why you don't take recoil when hitting a sub, but I was thinking in my head, oh, he's gonna take recoil damage if I just sub and I can win, but nope. You don't take any recoil from attacking a substitute in Generation 4. So that mechanic kind of screwed me up, but at the same time, all I had to do was kind of click substitute. But a close game here, and there's a shame I lost. But moving on to Shiloh versus So Noisy. Honestly, I don't know who this guy is, but apparently he plays DPP Old Gens as well. But I don't think he's ever been in the NFEPL, so I don't know how good he is at DPP NFE. But it's not a particularly hard meta game to play, to be fair. So let's start off and see how this game went. So Primple Up, not a mon that you see every day in DPP NFE because there's literally Marsh Stomp and Water Tool. Like, what does Primple Up offer? Like, that Marsh Stomp doesn't. So obviously goes for the spin there. Shiloh goes for the spin there. Get the sub on the Water. So this is potentially sub CM. As I say CM, it's CMs. So obviously that does not break the sub, and this probably has the Shadow Ball T-Bolt, and you know, T-Bolt hits Water, and you can get another sub up because obviously Water cannot break the sub, so you can obviously go Vigor off. Boy, Shadow Balls, don't know why he did that. T-Bolt was pretty free there, I'll be real. Obviously that does no damage, so this is like some bulky mischievous set, which makes sense. So you're able to sub easier. But Shadow Claw gets the crit, which kind of sucks, but I don't know why you T-bolted into that. You would have killed that. But Matan comes in on the Brave Bird, takes 35. Typical Mercury damage, you know, just doing the 35 to resist. It's crazy. But War Turtle comes in on the Primplop. War Turtle's faster, so you're probably able to spin here. But, oh, Primplop's actually faster, so he's running max speed on the Primplop, it seems like. And Roselia comes in. Ice Beams that does decent damage, but start setting up the T-Spikes. I don't know how good. I don't think T-Spikes are that good in DPP NFE, just because Roselia is everywhere, so T-Spikes obviously get absorbed. That it's better to actually just spike. And another crit there, typical DPP crits, you know, doing double damage. Pilot Swang comes out and you just ice shard that. So right now there's no rocks up on Noisy's side. But Earthquake almost kills the Metang, doesn't. Meteor Mash doesn't get the kill either, but this is potentially Bullet Punch on the Metang, but you see Ice Shard come. What's he? Custap. Okay, so he wasn't Bullet Punch, he just Custap, which is an interesting choice, to be honest. But Marco should come out to Sucker Punch this Pylo Swine. Oh, he got outplayed with the rocks. Oh, he Substitute Pylo Swine. This is some interesting stuff. But yeah, this is what you have to do to beat Mercury. Just outplay the Sucker Punches, which he did not win that turn. So that is the pain of, you know, having Mercury against priority mons. But Monferno should be able to clean up house right now, to be fair, depending on his last Pokemon on Noisy's side. But we have Vigoroth come out. He's obviously not lifeful. Flare Blitz kills, obviously. Flare Blitz will obviously kill Metanga as well. And the last one's Clefairy. Now, obviously Croconaw comes in, which I wasn't expecting to see, but he is like probably Dragon Dance. Oh, that did a lot of damage. Now, Paralysis means that, oh, I would have recovered, but I don't think it makes a difference. Yeah, he is SD, so he has Aqua Jet in the back, because you can actually run Aqua Jet and Swords Dance. So that obviously dies, and Metang Noisy should win on this side, to be honest. Oh, that doesn't. Oh, he Aqua Jetted. I was like, that should have killed. But Noisy managed to gets the win on Shiloh. Good game. He had an interesting team. I was surprised to see Primplop actually do something, but you know, if you go max speed, max special attack, it does some decent damage. Now, the third game of week 1 is Beraldino versus Oranberry Blissey. Two other players that tend to play the lower tier DPP metas. So yeah, we'll see how their teams end up being this time. So he has a Golbat lead versus Gligar lead. Choice, that's probably scarfed, 47 damage. Gligar U-turns into Metang here because Golbat doesn't do anything to Metang. Probably 3 rocks. Or Meteor Mash. Oh, that seems like banded. Oh, he's lifeful. Okay, I was like, that's definitely banded, depending on if Gligar is Fizdef or not. Which Fizdef Gligar actually takes good damage from the the physical attackers in the tier. But oh, that was 41. That's banded Golbat. Okay. Magnemite comes in to trap Metang, but I'm pretty sure this Metang is faster. Okay. Adamant Metang. This is why you don't run Adamant Metang, because now you just lost it for no reason when you could have just like earthquaked. Yeah, so always run Jolly on Metang. Fire Blast miss. That kind of sucks. I'll be real. That does suck, and you get the paralysis as well. The hacks is real on Berardino's side, but Vacuum Wave manages to kill Magnemite. But Monferno is in no fighting position anymore after the paralysis. So Tentacool gets up the T-Spikes. Roselia is in the back again. This is why I say T-Spikes isn't good in DPP, because there's Roselia on most teams. Just better to Spike, but Tentacool doesn't have the spiking option. So they decide to trade Spike for Spike, but one's a T-Spike. Mercury comes in on the Energy Ball, takes 33. Obvious damage, but Monferno comes in, Brave Bird, obviously dies. Hopefully he has something in the back for Mercury or else he's in danger. Mischievous comes in, Roselia comes in on the Clef, and Clef has Magic Guard. I've been seeing a lot of Clefs. I still think the mon's bad. Like I don't really see anything too good about Clef, to be honest. DPP, like, sure, you don't take any hazard damage, but you're still a normal type. You don't have any key resistances, but if you go especially defensive, you can handle certain threats. But seeing how Bandit Golbat is still only doing 51, this is like complete Fizz Death Gligar, most likely. But the Bandit Golbat has put in the work on Oranberry Blissey's side, but the hacks has been strong on the side as well. But this is what Berardino gets for running Adamant Metang instead of Jolly. Like, why? Like, there's so much Pokemon in the base 50 speed tier in DPP NFE, like Piloswine, Tang, Prinplup. Especially if you're like Explosion, why would you willingly choose to not guarantee the speed tie? Because if I'm using a base 50 Pokemon like Piloswine, I'm going Jolly. Like, I don't lose anything from going Adamant. Like, there's no Eviolite in this tier. Piloswine has base 100 attack. You're still 2 KOing anything that you're clicking an attack on. But yeah, Tentacool gets up some other T-Spikes. Clefairy comes in, obviously not caring about the hazards, and gets tricked a Choice Scarf. So Roselia comes out to absorb the T-Spikes yet again. Knockoff comes out on the Black Sludge, and no more recovery on that. But Tentacool comes out on the Energy Ball, I'm guessing. Yeah, so that's gone. But you have 2 flying Pokemon and a Mon that doesn't take damage. So Brave Bird gets the kill there. Murkrow is almost dead. Mischievous comes out. Brave Bird should kill from 70. All his sucker punches. But yeah, Murkrow is dead. His last Mon probably won't change the... Oh, Croconaw. This could actually change things, actually. So Aquajet comes out. Honestly, I would have like SD'd if I had it. But yeah, so SD does come out on the Croconaw now. And Clef should just straight up die. So Berardino managed to make a comeback on that game after the disgusting hacks on the Magneton. On the Magnemite against the Monferno. But yeah, run Jolly Metang, honestly. Just run that. Alright guys, so we got the week 2 games that I've just finished as like this week has started. This is basically last week's games. DPP, we're going to start off with my one versus Shiloh. The number 1 ranked DPP NFE player in this tournament so far. But we saw that they lost to, who was it? Noisy in week 1, so hopefully I can get the win here. I obviously know who won, but we both have Marsh Stomp leads, and we both trade for rocks, obviously, and my Marsh Stomp seems to be faster. I am running a bit of speed, without speed like Roselia, 0 speed Roselia, which honestly I don't know if it's that common, but I yawn him to force him out. I was this close to clicking Earthquake. I was so close to clicking Earthquake that turn, but I decided to Waterfall just in case to go Mischievous, which takes ground moves because of Levitate. So Giga Drain comes out, obviously does negligible damage to my Roselia, and yeah, it's just time for the spike stacking. But I decided to stun Spores first, so I like able to win the speed tie, or like maybe get a Mercury switching or something, seeing as he got a spike up. But at this point, we're just like spike for spike, which is fine. Like I've decided not to run War Turtle too often because the Mon is just kind of arse. Like, to be honest, like, I always don't like using War Turtle too much. Like, if I can stack hazards, that's the most important thing. But Clef comes in, we've seen another Clefairy, and I'm just like, this Mon is tilting me because this Mon's ass. Like, I'm sorry, he's not good. But Seismic Toss comes out on Mercury, does solid damage. But he goes Marsh Stomp, he takes 3 spikes and Stealth Rock, so obviously he's in range. And my Micro, I decide to pursue here just in case he just swaps out. Definitely the crit did not matter there. Realistically, I was liable. But Monferno comes in on the Clefairy, and I decided to Fire Blast, obviously. No, I U-turn. Yeah, U-turn was pretty free there. I don't know why I said I decided to Fire Blast. That would have put me in a bad position otherwise. But Roselia comes in on the Mischievous, and yeah, this one could do a lot of things here. So he decides to substitute. I decided to Sludge Bomb there. Does not break the sub, obviously. I probably should have clicked Grass move, to be fair. Yeah, so he sets up Nasty Plot. I am Giga Drain, so I do break the sub there. And I don't die to any hit from Mischievous just because I'm running my bulky Roselia spread, which is for death. But I decided to Stun Ball. Probably should have attacked there again, but you know, clicking the wrong moves here, to be fair. But it doesn't really matter. Roselia's done his job of getting up spikes. It doesn't seem like he has any hazard removal. So I sat my Roselia here, and I'm just like, cool, that's fine. I can go in Monferno to scare this out. Now, I didn't know Special Monferno killed with Fire Blast, but I still clicked it anyway because you know, I scared him out with a physical move. But Fire Blast comes in on the Leron. Leron obviously just dropped. Monferno comes in, and you know, we're both scarfed. So he wins the speed tie here, which is actually better for me, to be fair, because I'm able to get out the big boy Shelgon, the boss Shelgon. So it's a free Dragon Dance for me. And looking at the rest of his team, Shelgon kind of just cleans house. So at this point, I click Double Edge. I'm not trying to lock myself into Outrage unless I actually need to click Outrage, which of course is against Mischievous, but he went out Monferno first. So he's HP Ice on his Scarf Monferno, which luckily wasn't enough to kill me, even though Shelgon has awful, you know, special defense. But Clef comes in on the Outrage. I don't think the crit mattered. If it was Fizz Death, the crit didn't matter, but if he was... Oh, wait. Wrong way around. If he was Spadef, the crit didn't matter. If it was Fizz Death, it was like a roll. But I'm able to just kick Outrage on the Mischievous, and Shelgon has done his job. Great Dragon Dancer, managed to get the win there for my team after last week's you know, blunder. But also a close game last week, so I don't think I played badly last week. It was just the fact that I lost the 50-50, so yeah. On to the next game, we have Beraldino versus H-Saw. They're both coming off of a 1-0 victory from week 1, so let's see who manages to be the victor of this battle. So Letang versus Mischievous lead, Taunt, probably Meteor Mashes. I would have probably done the same thing, but seems to be physically defensive Mischievous as he goes Monferno on the Will-O-Wisp, which was a nice play from Beraldino. Reveals Tentacle. I think, did H-Saw bring Tentacle? Someone bought Tentacle last week. I still don't see the appeal to this one. Like, Clef and Tentacle are like mons that you'll never see me using because I don't see the appeal to them whatsoever. Realistically, I just don't. T-Spikes aren't, again, I don't think T-Spikes are particularly strong because even both of them have managed to bring a Tentacle this game and, you know, it does nothing. So the tank comes in on the T-Spikes, Mischievous comes out again on the rocks, and Tentacle absorbs the T-Spikes, but comes in on a T-Bolt, which does, again, like, Tentacle's not even that bulky, but Snova manages to come in, and it is a hail-oriented team. Snova takes nothing from that Shadow Wall, but does get this Spadef drop on it, which will mean he's taking a bit more damage next time. So 44 manages to Leech Seed there. My English is not English today, I'm sorry guys. But Matang comes in on the Snova. Probably wanted to protect there to stall out, you know, Leech Seed damage, which makes sense. I would Meteor Mash here, but Rocks is kind of free as well. Probably get Celio as well, which is of course in the back. If you're running a Hail team, you have to have Celio on your side. But Meteor Mash does another 44%. This might be Pain Split, but Shadow Ball comes out again, and Meteor Mash manages to kill off the Mischievous. So what comes in now is probably Snova again. I don't know, probably to stall out thing, but I'm pretty sure this Matang's leftovers, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay, probably like Sugarberry or Ockerberry or something. It was definitely a berry, a bit reduction. So you turn on the Snova. You probably want to get in Mischievous because T-Bolt Tentacle, you T-Bolt the Celio. But Monferno comes out, which is most likely Scarfed. And let's see how much damage Tentacle takes from Flare Blitz. 35. Brilliant damage if I do say so myself. And the tank comes in. So T-Spikes comes up again. Probably nice if you get rid of the Tentacle, so, you know, Veto Mash does 29, not good enough damage, but you manage to spin away the rocks, which the tank can easily just get up again. It's not really much of an issue, but he manages to get the kill on the tentacle there, so that's alright if you're able to get up the T-Spike the next. But when Inferno comes in, have to go tentacle here, get rid of the T-Spikes at least, but U-turn comes in again. See what Beraldino brings out here, Mischievous, and probably have to go more Inferno here on the Flare Blitz, I suppose. But yeah, Mischievous is dead. His last two Pokemon, we don't know what they are. It could be something big, but he decides to go his own Monferno first because obviously Monferno doesn't die to Flare Blitz. So Flare Blitz comes out, and it seems like it's just going to be a Flare Blitz spam game. But Celio is the last one for sure. And yeah, Celio does come out, has Thick Fat, so it has a fire resistance. And Vigoroth comes in. So I would have subbed there. I don't know why Protect came out. That was kind of a misplay. 8-Soa, why did you not sub there? I thought that was pretty obvious, but he subs this turn. Obviously, depending on how much Vigoroth takes from Surf or Ice Beam, we'll see if attacking there was the right play. So, return comes out, Blizzard. Oh, that does some good damage. But yeah, I would have subbed on the first turn, but it doesn't seem like... I mean, Blizzard was a 2-hit Q. It would have been in a better position if you subbed self-protecting. I don't know what protecting was. You have... Oh wait, it's not Thick Fat. Oh yeah, your Ice Body. So you don't have the fire resistance. I guess he didn't want thing. I guess he didn't want Isilio getting chipped by Flare Blitz. I was just like, Thick Fat, why are you swapping out? But yeah, Protect. I mean, CC is pretty free. CC also hits Matang, which is going to be taking, will be at 69% HP after rocks. So, but CC comes out, does solid damage. He could be Bullet Punch. I wouldn't risk it, but Monferno. Okay, so he clearly sacks it there. His last one must be able to handle Celio then, if he sacks Monferno there. But Piloswine comes out on the thing. If this is bulky enough, it probably might take Surf, but he subs on the Protect, which is pretty big, actually. So Earthquake should be dealing with Celio here. Does 37, not good enough damage, but you're able to recover that much. 41, maybe this is a roll on Earthquake. Not a roll on Earthquake. Surf does not kill the Piloswine, so it seems like Beraldino takes the win on H-Soa here. But again, like, both teams had Tentacle, and I'm just like, what's so good about Tentacle? I guess it's a spinner as well as T-Spiking, I suppose. But yeah, the game's done. Close game on this side. Piloswine came in clutch as the Ice Tape didn't really care about Hail. Now, moving on to the last game of Week 2 for DPP NFE, we have Oranberry Blissey versus So Noisy. So let's see how that game goes. So we have Cedro lead versus Hippopotas lead, and this is probably the best lead you could ask for because Roselia comes in for the sub. This might be Expert Belt. Oh, he's leftovers. Okay, cool. So Ice Beam should be doing decent damage to Roselia. Almost a 2-hit KO. Expert Belt would have gone the 2-hit KO for sure. And it starts spiking up. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I don't have a good opinion on Hippopotas. Like, there's no Sand Rush in Gen 4. So, and Sandvale has been banned by DPP NFE Council for obvious reasons. So Surf on the Clefairy doesn't take too much. Seismic Toss breaks the sub. And at this point, Clef can just recover. Because, yeah, I would recover, obviously. So, obviously, now, you'll swap out Seadra. Because you don't beat this 1v1, you don't want to get paralyzed. So, Clef versus Clef. So many Clef this game, honestly. So, knock off the leftovers. Does Clefairy have Stealth Rocks in Gen 4? I don't think it does. But Leron comes out on the Ice Beam, doesn't do any sort of damage. This is probably Head Smash, which is going to do a lot of damage to anything not named Matang. So yeah, Matang does not take anything from that. Leron is slower, and Earthquake probably would have not done too much, seeing how he's not leftovers. But he explodes on the Hippopotas anyway, so yeah, Gligar comes in. Let's hope he's Hyper Cutter, because like, if he dodges a move, would have to call Sandvale hacks at that point. But yeah, Mischievous comes out on the Gligar. Earthquake obviously does no damage because of Levitate. So at this point, Will-O-Wisp comes out, so it seems like Mischievous is most likely max speed, which works out, to be fair. They both have the same speed there. I don't think this Gligar is fast, but he turns out into Mischievous of his own. Leron is a Ghost Resist, so that could be something to go into. Or Clefairy, which obviously will Mischievous, especially if you go Spadef. So right now, doesn't seem like he has much physical attackers to handle the Clefairy, to be fair. But this is the only time Clefairy actually thrives. It thrives when you have no physical attackers. And it's a normal type. There's no fairies, so there's no key resistances to dragon. There's no key resistances to fighting and dark. Not like there's much fighting types in DPP NFE in the first place, but you know. So Leron protects on the earthquake, and obviously you don't want to stay in there, but Leron manages to take that pretty well. Head smash, almost killing Gligar, and Burn does, because Burn does 12% damage in Generation 4. So Clef comes out on the Seadra. Honestly, if you were Hydro Pump, then you would have been doing a lot more damage. It's 95 versus 120. Like, Clef would have been 2-hit KO'd for sure. But I guess you don't want to get PP stalled or miss, which I don't blame anyone, but I always go for power. So Clef comes out, Seismic Toss, does alright damage. It just seems like this is going to be a Clef fest. You know, one Seismic Toss damage, pretty much. Depends on Noisy's last mon. Doesn't seem like it has anywhere breaking Oranberry Blissy's Clef right now, other than like Seadra, but Seadra's not doing enough damage. So Roselia comes in on the head smash, obviously dies to head smash. So I think Noisy probably loses this game. There's no way of him breaking Clef at all because he decides to bring no physical attackers. I mean, his physical attacker got blown up on the Hippopotas. So yeah, last one's War Turtle. So I do like Oranberry Blissy's team. It has a lot of bulky threats. Something like Monferno could potentially break this team if like everything gets chipped or something. Or Seadra with Hydro Pump Expert Belt would have done the job for sure. But HP Grass comes out, doesn't do too much to War Turtle, does 38. But yeah, at this point I believe this game is pretty much done. I don't see Noisy's win con whatsoever. He's CM Clef, which again I don't even think is that good. I don't think Clef is that good in general. To be honest, you'll never see me run the Clefairy in DPP NFE. I'd prefer to go, you know, more offensive ways, you know. But yeah, at this point, Mischievous starts setting up his own sub. Knockoff does not break the sub. Oh, this is Noisy's win con potentially if it gets enough boost. Because it doesn't seem like anything on Noisy's team can outrun. Oh, Shadow Ball does even. Wow. Knockoff into Shadow Ball does not even break the sub. That is hilarious. But yeah, this is setup fodder, honestly. You can get up a free sub again. I don't think Roselia takes a +3 Shadow Ball. And yeah, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Noisy is managing to make a comeback because of sub CM Mischievous. The T-Bolt does 40. Okay, paralysis. I mean, you could get to +6 on this Mischievous very easily, but problem is that Sandstorm is obviously chipping your HP down very much, and it'll be harder to get a substitute up. So I'm pretty sure this is max speed Mischievous on Oranberry Blissey side. So another CM comes out, and let's see it. I mean, that's another. That's a 3 times multiplier. So you get to. Thing is, you can't sub again, which is a shame because you're now okay. 63. Knock off the leftovers, so you have just you will just die to Sandstorm. So wait, Leron dies. Oh, he has Protect. He's stalling this out. Okay, yeah, this game should be done. I mean, Noisy tried, but Infinite Sandstorm is kind of something. Oh, he Shadow Balls there, which is kind of nice, but it doesn't really matter. The game's kind of done. Just go Leron and click Head Smash. Or you taunt the thing, Ice Beam. I mean, Burn doesn't even matter. Pain Split. Oh, okay. Mischievous is recovering so much of its HP back. But who actually win? I don't see Noisy winning, so. Let's see. Yeah, Laron just comes out to head smash. So, Oranberry basically close game. Nosy tried to bring it back with the CM Mischievous, but Sandstorm was coming in clutch too much. But yeah, that is going to be all of the DPP NFE games so far. I'll obviously be covering the rest of them when 3 is done, and I'll try and keep up with that on a weekly basis. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. This guy, I can't speak English. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you. Pain. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.